couple of other bits before we finish. We need to preview the Gillingham game as well. I mean, EFL Cup first round South, I think is how they've labelled it. I mean, tell me you've been relegated without telling me you've been relegated. Last year it was all about beating Man City and reaching the semi-final, and this year it's away to League Two Gillingham on a Tuesday night. Glen, what are you expecting from this one? Just a chance for some players to come in and get some minutes?
Absolutely. I mean, the priority this season is to get promoted. We're not going to win it. We're not going to win the Carabao Cup. I'm not saying sack it off, but I am saying don't play any of the players who you want to play in the league on Saturday if you can avoid it. I mean, you know, Russell Martin's made mention of the very obvious thing that we have a lot of players. We have too many players, so I wouldn't anticipate anyone who started the game on Friday to play. So just off the top of my head, you got, you know, James Bree, Lianco,
Lavia.
Yeah, Lavia, that was an interesting one. Charles Gineppo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Amo or Kamari Doyle, Sekumari. Got loads of players. I don't know if Sekumara's fit, but you know, there's lots of players who could do with 90 minutes. And
surely Bazunu still plays though, because you can't try and play. We can't try and play this style with Alex McCarthy in goal. Surely, it's just madness. I know it's only Gillingham, but
for a giggle. Or maybe
I'd be very surprised if Bazunu starts. I'll be honest. I think McCarthy. Yeah.
Or maybe play Jack Bycroft or whatever.
One of your arguments last week, Steve, about I think we talked about the Bournemouth game, you were saying about the players need to get used to this Saturday, Tuesday. So maybe there might be a few more players that come in, because this is going to be the pattern for the next 9 months.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, I think Russell will take a more pragmatic approach that it is League Two opposition, albeit League Two opposition who have thrown a little bit of money around in the last 6 to 8 months or so. So they're going to be no mugs, and they will be very physical. That make absolutely no mistake about that. So that's probably a game for Lianco getting wound up by somebody, and I'm entirely here for it. That'll be great entertainment. And it's probably it's probably one to. I mean, I'd be amazed if there's not at least 7 changes. I mean, you might even change you could make a case for changing the whole 11. I'm not sure I'd quite go that far, but you could certainly make the case for it.
Alfie, is it a case of anything but extra time for you, really?
Yeah, that is the case, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's already
there is no extra time.
Is it straight to penalties?
Straight to penalties, I think.
Oh, well, that's something, I guess. So, what are your thoughts on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it depends on the fitness levels of a few of the guys. I think Glen sort of alluded to, because Sekumara you'd probably have over, because I think at this point, Che Adams is probably going to start on the weekend. Adam Armstrong probably on the bench, but you don't want to make Adam Armstrong play again. So if Sekumara was fit, you'd like him to play, but he might not be. So same with Don Ballard, who's obviously back playing now, but hasn't really had a chance to play with the first team at all during pre-season. You would have earmarked this as a game where he could have potentially got 50 minutes, maybe 60, 70, or just off the bench. Jaden Magoma will probably come in. I'd like to think, because Juan Larios and Romain Perreault, you'd love to give some minutes to, but we don't actually know how fit they are. So if Romain Perreault's fit, then he'll play. But yeah, I think it's just about who actually is there, because again, Omar Bella-Kotchap hasn't played. He still exists. He's still a Southampton player, apparently. Campbell Dean's still a Southampton player. We haven't seen him at all. So if these guys were all fit, you'd have all of them starting. You'd see loads of players. They'd have a chance to get their seasons going. But I don't know how many of them are actually available. I mean, I'd like them to get through the Cup, to be honest. I know it's only the Carabao Cup. I think you want to win matches. I think the one thing that Ruben Sellers did last season was, when he lost to Grimsby in the Cup, in the FA Cup, and it was a chance to build momentum. I know that people said it was only Grimsby, but look what happened after that.
He lost to everyone.
That's true. That's true. But look,
he lost again. He lost again on Saturday.
Yeah,
useless.
And you want to win football matches. You want to win games. So yeah, I think for me it depends. I'll be very interested to see the team, just because it will tell us who's actually fit and who isn't anywhere near being ready.
And you've still got players learning a new system, so it's another chance in a competitive environment to get the players just averse with that system and getting them used to it. So, yeah, as you say, all eyes on the lineup really.